What's happening, guys? Jet Tila here, and we're gonna make one of my favorite dishes, beef and broccoli, and let's get into it. Make sure this water is at a simmer or a boil, and I'm gonna throw this broccoli for a very short time. Now, this is the shocking part. You've got a nice giant bowl of ice water, and that's gonna stop that cooking process. Nice bright green, and I'm just kind of taking that raw edge flavor. I want the broccoli sweet. I still want it really crunchy, but I just don't want that raw taste. This equalizes the cooking time because the beef cooks really quickly because it's cut really thin. The blanching of the broccoli is done. Let's move on to the meat. So we're talking about beef and broccoli. So another very authentic Chinese technique and trick that they don't teach you, but I will, because I care, is going to be marinating your meat. First thing is going to be baking soda. That's going to help tenderize your meat. Second thing is going to be cornstarch. Okay, so let's get into the flavorings. Very crucial. Panda brand cooking soy sauce by Lee Kum Kee. Not just any soy sauce, y'all. This is my favorite authentic soy sauce. And it's got a nice round flavor. Good soy sauce should not just be brackish and salty. It should have a nice complete flavor and savoriness, almost like a sweetness and aroma to it. And then we've got Lee Kum Kee pure sesame oil going in. And I just want that for aroma. People make the mistake of using sesame oil to stir fry. That's not the place. Sesame oil will burn. It's not the place to go there. So we want that in here. Let's get that marinated in there. It's not a lot, and it doesn't need to be. Remember, all this is gonna be absorbed by the beef. So make sure to get in there and really work that marinade in. Let's make sauce. So the soul of this sauce is going to be Panda brand oyster flavored sauce by Lee Kum Kee. And you kind of don't need much more than this because that's going to give you that savoriness, that sweetness, that really complete flavor. A little bit of Chinese rice wine. If you don't have Chinese rice wine, a little sherry, a little white wine will work. Another kind of secret Chinese ingredient is using chicken bouillon powder, all right, or what we call chicken powder. That's getting really thick, so let's thin that out with a little bit of water. And that's just gonna give us a better viscosity. It's gonna spread the flavors around, and it's gonna help give us a sauce that sticks because water and cornstarch makes slurry. Another fancy cooking word, cornstarch helps sauce thicken and coat the dish. Fundamentals of wok cooking. Number one, get that heat as high as possible. Let that wok or pan preheat for at least a few minutes. Number two, use the right oil. And I'm talking about a high temperature, low flavor oil. I see wispy white smoke. That means I have mere seconds to get cooking. We're gonna go garlic. And very quickly, we're gonna go beef because we don't wanna burn that garlic. You have a tremendous amount of 400 to 500 degree surface area. Let's use that because that is gonna be the key to getting food brown. And remember, brown food tastes good. I'm taking a second to really sear the meat and concentrating on that. So I'm looking for a medium rare in the meat, but beautiful color on the outside, and I think I'm there, so I'm gonna do my first toss now. I see some pink still, which is good. I just wanna get rid of like the ultra rare bits, so I'm gonna turn them over. Okay, so now let's go broccoli. Make sure it's drained very well. Let's get the broccoli to absorb the heat now. We'll get that beef a little break. So the tossing is really getting everything to kind of sear and singe, and we call that wokade. And now it's time for sauce. Let's give it a stir because sometimes cornstarch settles. And what I'm looking for is this sauce to pull together. Cornstarch activates when you start to see the sauce simmer a little bit, all right? And I know that once those little bubbles start to form, the cornstarch is pulling this together, and I'm gonna start plating now. I am old school, okay? I like white rice with my stir fry, so I'm gonna use just plain old white rice, all right? Here we go. I'm gonna go right over, lots and lots of sauce, look at that. All that flavor really is coming from that oyster flavored sauce. So I can put some sesame seeds on top, a little bit of cilantro there, but I am a scallion crazy person. You can't have enough scallion. And because I'm fancy, how about some microgreens? It's only one way to know if I've done a good job. You gotta taste your food. It really has that savory sweetness, and the beef is tender, the broccoli is adding a nice brightness to it. I love this dish. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, you can be taking takeout indoors. If you like this recipe, go to lkk.com. I'm Jet Tila, and we'll see you later.